having a video interview is becoming more and more common as a first step process in the companies in order for them to save on the travel costs, but also make it easier for you, especially if you are located in a different country, so you don't have to travel for the interview, or if you are interviewing for a remote position. In this case, all of the interviews are most likely going to be video interviews. And due to the current situation, more and more companies turn into video interviews to make sure that they stay on track with their hiring goals. And there are a lot of companies that are hiring right now. There is a post on my Instagram about some of the companies that are hiring at the moment, so make sure to check that out. And to get more good content on how to design a career that you absolutely love, and also how to find and land your dream job, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified every time I post a video every week. Make sure to watch the video till the very end, because I will be giving some invaluable tips to you guys that will definitely help you with your interview process. Tip number 1 is preparation for your interview. Video interviews in essence don't differ very much from a traditional face-to-face interviews, so the purpose of the interview is to understand whether you are the right fit for the position. But the difference with the video interviews is when you do your research, you need to make sure that you go much deeper and research not only the company but also the person who will be interviewing you. Because video interviews tend to be shorter than normal face-to-face interviews, and they also have less chit-chat in them, so it is important to have a variety of topics that you can casually bring up during your conversation with your interviewer. So it is even more important to form that personal connection with your interviewer. As I have already talked about it in this video here, the person who gets the job is not necessarily the most qualified or has the best skills, but the one who is the right cultural fit. So make sure you do a good research on your interviewer, see if there are any articles that they have published, see if they have maybe published a list of books that they recommend to read, or commented on one or two of the posts. So read those, and that will be a great way for you to form that personal connection with your interviewer. The second tip is to plan in advance. If you are doing a video interview not from home, but maybe from a co-working space or somewhere else, make sure you arrive with a time to spare and make sure that you have the time to get settled in and check that everything is working. If you are doing an interview from your home and you're using your own equipment, test it before you have an interview. Check your headset, a microphone if you're using an external microphone. Make sure you check that everything is working. Also, if you can use the same software as you will be using during the interview, definitely do that so you can avoid any installation problems or password problems that kind of come up on the last minute just before your interview. And you know, we all have that. Make sure that your camera is based at your eye level, so it will give an impression as if you were looking into the eyes of the interviewer and making that eye contact. When camera is placed either above or a little bit below you, it will give you some unflattering angles and also shadows, and you definitely don't want to ruin that first impression. Also, make sure that your sound is working well and there is no crackling or any other noise going on. The third tip is to prepare your space. Video interviews give a great insight into your personal life. Firstly, because interviewers can see what is actually happening on the background, unless you are filming in front of the blank wall. And it is in our human nature to judge a person by the way their home looks like. So make sure your background is clean and tidy, make sure there is no mess, and make sure you have a good lighting so the interviewer can see you well. Also, be sure to dress professionally and choose the clothes that you would normally wear to a face-to-face interview. Try and choose neutral colors for your outfit, but also make sure that you don't blend in with your background. And while most likely you will be sitting during your interview and the camera will not be showing you from the waist down, make sure your bottom part is presentable and actually is there, because the last thing you want is to be caught in your underwear when you might have to stand up. If you are doing your interview at home, make sure you're in a quiet space where you will not be disturbed and there will be no external noises, loud music, barking dog or running kids around. Also, make sure that you put your phone on silent and make sure you turn off any notifications on your computer in order for you not to get distracted and lose your track of thought. The fourth tip is to practice. So talking to the camera in the beginning can be a little bit more difficult, especially if you have never done that before, so make sure to practice. One of the most important things is to look directly at the camera rather than at the picture of the person on your screen, as maintaining really good eye contact with your interviewer is super important. One of the tricks that you can use, you can take a sticky note, which is like an arrow shape, put it near your camera, and every time you want to look at the screen, you'll have this bright sticky note that will draw your attention and show you that you need to look at the camera. One of the good things of having a video interview is actually that you can have your nose lying around and the interviewer will never know. But regardless whether you do have your notes or you use them, practice beforehand. And as if you were attending a normal interview, you thank the interviewers for their time and reiterate that you are really interested in the position and you would love to work for the company. So it is more important to do so in the video interview because camera tends to eat up our appearance but also our emotions. So when you are talking to the camera or to your interviewer, and your tone of voice is normal and you do show excitement, the camera kind of eats that up and your tone of voice doesn't come across as emotional as you would love it to be. So just to avoid any doubts, reiterate your interest and say that you would love an opportunity to work with them. And if you are, guys, just in the beginning of your process and just starting to send out your applications, download my Standout CV guide. It is an updated guide with some new tricks and tips that will definitely help you to make your CV stand out and grab that recruiter's attention. I will leave the link in the description box below for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much for watching as well. I really appreciate that. And if you want more tips and tricks on how to design your dream career and how to find and land your dream job, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified every single time I post the videos every week. I wish you guys all the best and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!